Welcome back, where we explore the fascinating world of rare coins and the incredible value they can hold in today's collector market. In this video, we will dive into the most valuable top 5 United Kingdom 2 pence coins. These coins are more than just currency. They are pieces of history, each carrying a unique story and rarity that collectors around the world eagerly seek. We will examine these coins in various conditions, explore their distinguishing features, discuss their high demand among collectors, and reveal their current auction market value in dollars. Whether you are an experienced numismatist or a new coin enthusiast, this video will provide valuable insights into the world of UK 2 pence coins. So let's get started. First up, we focus specifically on the United Kingdom 2 pence coin from 1999, a denomination that is typically overlooked but can, under the right circumstances, surprise collectors with its unexpected desirability. Although the 1999 2 pence is generally considered a modern circulation coin, certain rare surviving pieces, especially those discovered in dirty or heavily circulated condition, have gained traction in the numismatic market due to their unusual characteristics, collector interest, and the rising value of modern British coinage in the global marketplace. Today, we will examine why this common-looking coin has become a subject of growing intrigue and how some examples have achieved impressive results in the auction market measured in dollars. The 2 pence denomination was introduced in 1971 when the United Kingdom adopted decimalization. By the time 1999 arrived, the 2 pence had already undergone several decades of steady circulation and had experienced a major composition change from bronze to copper-plated steel in 1992. The 1999 issue came at a transitional period in the Royal Mint's high-volume production environment. While millions of these coins were struck for circulation, certain batches have become noteworthy due to small minting anomalies, the historical shift in metal composition, and the emerging collector interest in late 20th century UK decimal coins. Although the Royal Mint's production methods were highly refined by the late 1990s, minor variances still occurred, and in modern numismatics, these differences are often what elevate a circulating coin from ordinary pocket change to a desirable rarity. The United Kingdom 2 pence coin from 1999 features the familiar reverse design of the badge of the Prince of Wales, consisting of the plume of ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet. The iconic motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve, is displayed beneath the feathers. On the obverse, the coin bears the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Ian Rank Broadley, which was introduced in 1998 and marked a sharper, more contemporary representation of the monarch. The 1999 issue also showcases the copper-plated steel composition that gives the coin its distinct color tone and magnetic response. When found in dirty condition, the coin often displays a mottled surface, darkened patches of oxidation, and environmental staining that can sometimes reveal intriguing metal surface interactions. While this type of wear lowers the aesthetic appeal for some collectors, it can enhance the numismatic interest if the coin also exhibits minting anomalies such as slight die rotations, off-center strikes, or planchet variances. These factors can transform a heavily circulated piece into a conversation-worthy collectible. Although the 1999 2 pence was produced in large numbers, the rarity arises not from the mintage itself, but from specific subcategories of coins that contain errors or are tied to limited distribution batches. Collectors have increasingly focused on late 1990s 2 pence coins because error spotting has become popular in online markets, and demand for distinctive examples has surged as more collectors appreciate modern decimal oddities. Coins found in dirty or heavily worn condition occasionally retain characteristics that would have been unnoticed in mint-state pieces, making them valuable in numismatic research. Moreover, as collectors pursue complete year sets, demand for specific late 1990s pieces has increased, particularly those with any abnormal strike pattern. This trend has caused certain 1999 2p coins to climb in market interest, leading to unexpected demand for what many once dismissed as common pocket change. For standard circulated 1999 2 pence coins, values remain modest. However, examples that exhibit verified minting errors or distinctive strike anomalies have achieved far higher results in the modern auction market. In some cases, authenticated error examples have fetched between $276,000 depending on rarity, condition details, and collector competition. Dirty condition coins with unique error traits can still reach these elevated valuations because the rarity is tied to the anomaly, not the preservation level. Online marketplaces have seen notable bidding competition for 1999 2 pence coins that feature strong die rotations, doubled elements, or off-center impressions. Although not every 1999 piece is worth substantial money, the potential for high-value outcomes continues to attract collectors who specialize in British decimal coinage. As awareness grows, the market value in dollars for exceptional 1999 examples is poised to rise. Collectors searching for valuable 1999 2-pence coins should examine every detail carefully, including the alignment between the obverse and reverse, the consistency of the lettering, the sharpness of the portrait, and any signs of mis-striking along the coin's edges. Even in dirty condition, these traits can be identified using magnification and proper lighting. It is advisable to retain any 1999 2-pence coin that appears unusual or visually inconsistent with standard pieces, and to seek professional authentication when significant anomalies are discovered. Collectors should also follow auction results regularly, as market appetite for specific decimal era errors can change rapidly and dramatically. Keeping coins stored properly, even in circulated condition, will help preserve the surfaces for future evaluation and sale. The United Kingdom 2-pence coin from 1999 may appear ordinary to the untrained eye, yet it holds surprising potential in the modern numismatic landscape. As collectors increasingly turn their attention to late 20th century decimal rarities, coins that once seemed insignificant have become desirable, particularly those with errors or irregularities. Dirty condition pieces can still command substantial value when they exhibit unique features, and auction results continue to demonstrate that even modern coins can achieve impressive dollar valuations when rarity and collector demand intersect. Whether you are a seasoned collector or a casual hobbyist, the 1999 2-pence remains a coin worth inspecting, researching, and appreciating for its unexpected place in the evolving world of rare British coinage. Next up, the United Kingdom 2-pence from 1985, specifically examined in rusty condition. At first glance, the 1985 2-pence coin may appear common, almost ordinary, especially given the millions minted during the period. However, within the world of numismatics, even standard issue coins can become highly collectible when age, environmental exposure, and condition play unique roles in shaping their individuality. Rusty or heavily oxidized coins may seem undesirable to new collectors, but specific examples from transitional minting periods, such as the mid-1980s, have drawn unexpected attention at auctions. In this video, we explore the story behind the 1985 2-pence coin, uncover its historical context, identify its defining features, examine how condition affects desirability, and discuss real-world market values in dollars. The United Kingdom 2-pence coin was first introduced in 1971 as part of the decimalization overhaul that replaced the pre-decimal currency system. By 1985, the coin had already been in circulation for over a decade, and the Royal Mint continued to produce large quantities due to everyday demand across the country. During this period, the coin featured the second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Raphael Maklauf, a depiction known for its elegant and more sculptural presentation of the monarch. The lettering, metal composition, and standard design remained consistent with earlier copper-plated bronze issues, but the era itself holds significance because it precedes the later change to copper-plated steel in 1992. As such, the 1985 issue stands as part of the final stretch of true bronze-based UK coinage before the shift to cheaper materials. A standard 1985 2-pence coin is composed of bronze, giving it a distinctive reddish-brown tone when freshly struck, though circulation quickly alters its appearance. The obverse displays Queen Elizabeth II wearing the royal diadem, accompanied by the inscription, Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD, and the date at the bottom. The reverse features the badge of the Prince of Wales, consisting of the 3 ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet, with the motto ICH Dine beneath. The numeral 2 appears prominently, marking its denomination. In rusty or oxidized condition, the coin can show deep brown, dark red, or nearly black surface corrosion. This rusting process is not typical of bronze, but does occur when the coin has been exposed to moisture or harsh environments for prolonged periods. In such cases, the surface texture may appear rough, pitted, or uneven, giving the coin a unique aged patina. Although corrosion is generally considered damage, collectors sometimes value coins with strong originality and natural aging when they come from earlier minting batches or exhibit unusual eye appeal. While the 1985 2-pence coin itself is rare in standard circulated form, examples that become desirable tend to have specific characteristics. Among collectors, coins from 1985 with unique toning, notable environmental aging, or distinct surface oxidation sometimes attract attention because they represent the Bronze era of UK coin production. Rusty examples are not rare in a general sense, but collectors occasionally pursue them if the corrosion has produced an unusually attractive patina or if the coin comes from a well-preserved hoard where oxidation patterns are consistent and natural. Moreover, the market has seen increasing interest in older low-denomination coins as new collectors enter the field, particularly those fascinated by the transition years before material composition changed. This has pushed auction interest upward, especially for coins that come with provenance or optional grading notes. In rusty or heavily aged condition, a 1985 2-pence coin will not achieve the high prices seen in pristine uncirculated examples. However, certain pieces have still sold at modest but surprising prices due to collector enthusiasm. Typical rusty coins from this year may sell in the range of $245,000 depending on the visual appeal, coloration, and level of corrosion. Coins showing unusual natural patina or preserved details despite oxidation can reach $250,000 when sold to niche collectors. Exceptional pieces with striking, eye-catching surfaces or included in curated collections have been observed selling for as high as $360,000 in select online auctions. Although the values are modest compared to rare mint errors or low mintage years, the appreciation trend indicates that collectors are increasingly willing to pay for interesting Bronze-era coins in all forms and conditions. Collectors interested in rusty or oxidized 2-pence coins should focus on acquiring examples that retain strong design details despite corrosion. Natural patina is often more desirable than harsh or artificial cleaning, so avoid coins that show scratch marks, brightness streaks, or polishing damage. When purchasing from auctions, request high-resolution images to assess both the level of rust and the readability of inscriptions. Store your collection in a controlled environment, avoiding humidity to prevent further corrosion. For those looking to future value, consider pairing rusted coins with more preserved examples from the same year to create comparative display sets that appeal to specialized collectors. The United Kingdom 2-pence from 1985 may not immediately appear to be a standout collectible, yet its place in the history of British coinage, combined with the natural aging effects seen on rusty examples, has created a niche demand within the numismatic community. Though values remain moderate, the upward interest in Bronze-era coins, environmental patina variations, and vintage circulation pieces ensures that the 1985 2-pence coin continues to hold relevance in the modern collecting landscape. Whether you are building a comprehensive date set, exploring unique tone pieces, or seeking affordable entry points into British coin collecting, this modest coin offers both historical richness and accessible investment potential. Next up, the United Kingdom 2-pence coin from 1996, especially when found in very fine condition. While the 2-pence coin is often overlooked in everyday circulation, certain dates and condition grades can transform this simple copper-plated steel piece into a collectible that sparks genuine excitement among coin enthusiasts. We will explore the history behind the 1996 issue, examine its defining characteristics, analyze its rarity and collector demand, and provide insights into its performance in the auction market, where select pieces have commanded impressive values in dollars. The 1996 2-pence coin belongs to the era of modern decimalization, following Britain's historic shift to the decimal currency system in 1971. By the mid-1990s, the Royal Mint had transitioned from bronze planchets to copper-plated steel due to rising metal costs and the desire for production efficiency. The 1996 issue was struck during a period of high mintage, but it occupies an interesting position in the transitional decade, where metal compositions, minting techniques, and coin handling systems were evolving. The obverse features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Raphael Maklauf, a design used from 1985 to 1997 and easily recognized by the detailed rendering of the Queen's tiara. The reverse depicts the badge of the Prince of Wales, a familiar emblem across the 2-pence series. The United Kingdom 2-pence 1996 coin offers a range of features that make it identifiable and appealing to collectors. This coin was struck on a copper-plated steel planchet, resulting in a distinctive reddish-brown surface that, in very fine condition, retains much of its original luster despite moderate circulation. Visible, the obverse displays the well-known third portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, with the legend Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD 1996, which encircles the effigy. On the reverse, the badge of the Prince of Wales is presented with 3 ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet, accompanied by the motto ICH Dying. The denomination 2-pence sits clearly beneath the design. In very fine condition, the coin shows light wear on the high points, but the majority of the details, including feather lines and obverse hair strands, remain sharp and clearly visible. While the 1996 issue itself is not considered rare in general circulation, coins that have survived in very fine condition or higher are becoming increasingly challenging to locate. The modern 2-pence series has been subjected to heavy use, meaning most examples exhibit substantial wear, corrosion, or surface damage. Collectors who focus on high-grade decimal coins now view pre-2000 issues as increasingly desirable due to attrition over time. The 1996 2-pence in very fine condition stands out because it reflects a balance of age, preserved quality, and historical relevance. This rising attention has contributed to stronger interest in auctions and private sales, especially among specialists in copper-plated steel varieties. Condition sensitivity is a major factor. While circulated coins are common, premium-grade pieces are far scarcer and can command significant premiums. In today's auction market, the 1996 2-pence coin in very fine condition typically achieves modest values at the lower end, but certain buyers, particularly those collecting year-specific sets or building high-grade decimal collections, have pushed prices upward. A very fine example may sell for $250,000, but the true value appears when the coin is preserved exceptionally well. When these coins near the upper end of very fine or lightly uncirculated condition, they have reached between $275,000 depending on collector interest, demand fluctuations, and the intensity of bidding at online auctions. Coins in certified condition, when available, can exceed these levels, especially when encapsulated by reputable grading services, indicating that the market for modern British small-denomination rarities is slowly but steadily maturing. Collectors seeking to add a premium 1996 2-pence coin to their numismatic portfolio should pay close attention to condition. Very fine condition requires clear detail on both sides, minimal surface scratches, and light but even wear. It is important to store copper-plated steel coins properly, as they are prone to corrosion if exposed to moisture. Using coin flips, acid-free paper holders, or airtight capsules will help preserve the original surface quality. Buyers should also consider verifying authenticity and ensuring that the coin has not been cleaned or polished, as this reduces collector interest and market value. Additionally, tracking auction results from reputable platforms can help collectors stay informed about changing market trends and investment potential. The United Kingdom 2-pence 1996 coin in very fine condition represents a fascinating intersection of modern minting history, evolving collector interest, and emerging auction value. Though it began as an everyday circulating coin, its preserved examples have become increasingly attractive to numismatists who appreciate the significance of quality and longevity in modern decimal issues. As demand continues to grow for higher-grade decimal coins, the 1996 2-pence stands as a small, yet meaningful reminder that even the most ordinary denominations can develop numismatic importance. Next up, the United Kingdom 2-pence from 1998. At first thought, this may seem like a common coin, something that passes through countless hands every day and often gets tossed aside in jars and drawers. Yet, under certain conditions and in specific states of preservation, even a coin as ordinary as the 2-pence can develop unexpected desirability in the collector's market. We will focus specifically on the 1998 2-pence coin found in lightly rusty condition, examine what gives it attention among numismatists, and uncover why certain examples can attract impressive values in international auctions, particularly those denominated in US dollars. The 1998 British 2-pence coin is part of the long-running decimal series introduced in 1971 when the United Kingdom transitioned to a modernized currency system. By the late 1990s, the 2-pence coin was already an established denomination featuring consistent design elements introduced by the Royal Mint decades earlier. The year 1998 falls within the period when the Royal Mint was still producing bronze 2-pence coins rather than the later copper-plated steel issues that began in 1992. As such, the 1998 mintage continued the tradition of solid bronze composition, which is more susceptible to discoloration, oxidation, or surface rusting when exposed to environmental moisture. Although millions were minted, only a small fraction remain in collectible, intact condition today. Many entered circulation heavily, experienced wear, corrosion, and damage, and eventually were withdrawn. Understanding this background helps reveal why particular 1998 examples, especially those with unique survival traits, stand out in today's numismatic space. The 1998 2-pence coin follows the classic decimal design, featuring the badge of the Prince of Wales. The reverse displays the ostrich feathers rising from a coronet, along with the motto ICH Dying, translating to I serve. This emblem has been closely associated with the denomination since decimalization. The obverse presents the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Raphael Maclouf, showcasing the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem. Collectors often evaluate the sharpness of this portrait, the clarity of the lettering, and the presence of a full, undamaged rim. The lightly rusty condition of the coin introduces a distinctive visual tone, with the bronze surface developing subtle reddish-brown patches that can give the coin an aged charm. When the rust is mild and does not obscure key details, some collectors consider it an attractive natural patina that adds character, provided the underlying fields and devices remain visible and intact. While the 1998 2-pence is not inherently rare in its raw production numbers, the challenge lies in finding specimens that have survived the test of time with reasonable detail still present. Circulation, environmental exposure, and storage conditions often degrade these bronze coins significantly. A lightly rusty 1998 example that retains its main design elements sharply is less common than it may appear. The market sees increased demand for coins that demonstrate an appealing patina without heavy corrosion or pitting. In addition, coins from the late 1990s decimal era have seen rising interest from collectors seeking to build complete series sets, pushing demand higher for clean, well-preserved examples. This interest is further amplified in international markets, particularly in the United States, where collectors increasingly pursue British decimal oddities, low-grade survivors with character, and coins that display a special appearance due to age-related oxidation. In today's auction market, the value of a 1998 UK 2-pence in lightly rusty yet collectible condition varies depending on clarity of detail, evenness of the patina, and overall eye appeal. While circulated examples typically trade at face value in the UK, certain coins with an attractive age tone, strong details, and minimal structural damage have sold internationally for more than expected. On online auction platforms and private sales hosted by collectors abroad, lightly rusty but visually appealing specimens have sold for between $265,000. In rare cases, when the coin retains exceptional strike details despite its age-induced patina, values have climbed to around $270,000. While not among the highest value decimal coins, this performance remains impressive for a coin originally worth only 2 pence, demonstrating how condition nuance and collector demand can elevate even common-day pieces. For those considering adding a 1998 2-pence in lightly rusty condition to their numismatic portfolio, the most important step is evaluating the stability of the rust. Light, surface-level toning is acceptable and sometimes desirable, but deep corrosion that eats into the metal should be avoided. Collectors should inspect the coin under good lighting to ensure the queen's portrait remains clearly defined and that the lettering is readable without distortion. Cleaning the coin is never recommended, as any attempt to remove rust often leaves scratches and drastically reduces value. Instead, proper storage in a dry, cool environment with humidity-resistant holders will preserve the natural patina. Buyers should consider sourcing coins from reputable sellers and reviewing high-resolution images before making a purchase, especially if bidding in online auctions where conditions can vary widely. The United Kingdom 2-pence 1998 coin in lightly rusty condition may not seem like a standout rarity at first glance, but upon closer inspection, it reveals surprising appeal. From its established place in the decimal series to its enduring bronze composition, this coin reflects both history and environmental aging in a single piece. Although not an extremely scarce mintage, the difficulty of finding attractive, properly preserved examples has increased interest among collectors. Auction markets have demonstrated that even coins of small denominations can command unexpected dollar values when eye appeal blends with numismatic curiosity. Whether you are a seasoned collector or a newcomer exploring modern British coinage, the 1998 2-pence offers an intriguing balance of accessibility, history, and rising desirability. By understanding what makes lightly patinated examples special, you can better identify pieces worth adding to your collection and appreciate how even ordinary coins can tell extraordinary stories. Next up, the United Kingdom 2-pence coin from 1990 in very fine condition. While the 2-pence denomination is often overlooked as a low-value everyday coin, certain dates and conditions make particular issues far more desirable than the casual observer might imagine. The 1992 pence is a prime example of how mintage figures, production transitions, and collector interest can transform an otherwise ordinary copper-plated steel piece into a coin that commands surprising attention on the secondary market. In this presentation, we will examine the history of this issue, what makes it stand out, how its condition affects desirability, and why collectors continue to pay strong premiums in the auction market, especially in dollars. The 2-pence denomination was introduced in 1971 as part of the United Kingdom's decimalization program. Initially struck in bronze, the denomination retained its weighty metallic character for more than 2 decades. By 1990, however, The Royal Mint was preparing for a major material change that would fundamentally alter the composition of circulating 2-pence coins. In 1992, production shifted from bronze to copper-plated steel, a move driven by rising metal costs and the need for more efficient, modern minting processes. The 1990 issue therefore represents one of the final years of traditional bronze striking before the changeover. Although not the lowest mintage year in the 2-pence series, the 1990 circulation strikes occupy a transitional period, making them historically significant to specialists tracking the evolution of the denomination. Moreover, this period marks a time of increased public hoarding of bronze coins due to their intrinsic copper value, resulting in noticeably fewer high-grade pieces surviving in active circulation today. A 1992 pence coin in very fine condition retains crisp, visible detail that highlights all its original features. On the obverse, collectors will find Queen Elizabeth II's portrait designed by Raphael Maklauf, characterized by the sculpted diadem, fuller facial features, and the signature RDM initials near the neckline. This portrait was used from 1985 to 1997 and is regarded by many collectors as one of the most refined depictions of the late monarch. The reverse carries the classic badge of the Prince of Wales, 3 ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet with the motto, Ich dien, meaning I serve. The lettering 2 pence appears above the emblem, while the date 1990 is positioned neatly at the bottom of the coin. The bronze alloy gives the piece its warm reddish-brown tone, and on very fine examples, the coin may still show partial mint luster in protected areas. Any significant wear is limited to high-relief points, while legends, denticles, and design elements remain sharp and fully legible. Although the 1992 pence was produced in substantial numbers for circulation, rarity in modern coins is often defined by condition rather than mintage. Very fine specimens of pre-1992 bronze 2-pence coins have become increasingly challenging to locate, largely due to decades of circulation wear and the widespread withdrawal of earlier bronze pieces from use. Metal recycling, casual loss, and the introduction of copper-plated steel coins in later years have further reduced the number of high-grade survivors. Collectors who focus on transitional-era decimal coins pay close attention to 1990 pieces because they represent the fading years of a long-standing alloy. Demand is especially strong among those assembling year-by-year type sets or conducting comparative studies of die varieties and striking differences across the late 1980s and early 1990s. As a result, very fine and above-grade 1992 pence coins regularly attract bids far beyond face value, particularly when auction listings emphasize originality, even toning, and lack of corrosion. In the current numismatic landscape, auction prices for 1992 pence coins in very fine condition can vary depending on eye appeal, surface quality, and whether the example is completely uncleaned. Typical realized prices range from approximately $238,000 for standard very fine examples, with premium specimens occasionally reaching $259,000 or more when presented in an organized sale or from a respected dealer. Coins that display unusually strong detail or partial luster can exceed these ranges, especially in competitive bidding environments. While these values may not appear extraordinary in the broader context of rare coins, they represent notable appreciation for a denomination often dismissed as common modern pocket change. For collectors who acquire these coins in bulk or as part of mixed lots, the upside potential is significant when a sharply struck 1990 example emerges that meets the standards of selective buyers. When seeking a 1992 pence in very fine condition, collectors should look for surfaces free from corrosion, pitting, heavy scratches, or evidence of cleaning. Bronze coins from this era are particularly prone to verdigris and uneven brown or green spotting, and such defects can severely impact desirability. It is advisable to examine the obverse portrait closely. Detail in the hair curls and the Queen's diadem provides a clear indication of whether the coin truly meets a very fine grade. On the reverse, the feathers of the Prince of Wales badge should exhibit well-defined edges, and the coronet should retain visible internal contours. Coins stored in old albums or out of active circulation for decades often provide the best quality. Additionally, those pursuing investment-grade pieces should consider encapsulating their finest examples to preserve condition and improve future resale potential. Monitoring reputable auction platforms, both in the United Kingdom and internationally, can help buyers understand emerging price trends and identify opportunities to purchase undervalued specimens. The United Kingdom 2-pence coin from 1990 stands as a noteworthy piece within the modern decimal series, representing a late chapter in the long bronze striking tradition. Its appeal emerges not from ultra-low mintage numbers, but from the combination of historical context, changing minting technology, and the increasing scarcity of high-grade survivors in today's marketplace. Very fine examples offer collectors an accessible, yet meaningful connection to a pivotal point in the denomination's history. As auction interest grows and more enthusiasts recognize the value of well-preserved, transitional-era coins, the 1992 pence continues to demonstrate how even modest denominations can achieve meaningful numismatic significance and command strong premiums in the dollar-based market. If you enjoyed this deep dive into British coin history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with other collectors. Stay tuned for more fascinating stories about rare UK coins worth big money in dollars.